माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी।
Thank you. Sir, thank you very much for allowing me to respond to the honorable members who spoke on the finance bill.
माननीय सदस्य वित्त मंत्री जी इजाजत नहीं दे सकती, इजाजत मैं नहीं दे सकता हूँ यहाँ पे। चलिए माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी।
He's allowed me, he's called me, okay? Sir, thank you very much, Speaker sir, for allowing me to respond to the discussions which have taken place on the finance bill. This finance bill, sir, we have attempted to do several things which, as per the expectation and aspiration of the people of India, and also the goal that the Honorable Prime Minister has given us towards a Vikasit Bharat by 2047, which is hardly 22 years from now. So we have done a lot of major steps through this finance bill. It's actually a bill which aims to provide tax certainty. It rationalizes a lot of provisions which are towards ease of doing business and also provides unprecedented tax relief in honor of the taxpayers of this. So I'll straight go to talking about the direct taxation, in which the income tax is something which I'll spend a minute on, and then talk about the other direct tax reforms that we've undertaken. We've recognized the strength, spirit, and the contribution of the Indian middle class, and as a result, this budget has, under the new tax regime, come with a proposal that there will be now zero income tax payable for income up to 12 lakh rupees. So that is an average of 1 lakh rupee per month salary, which is going to be tax-free, completely tax-free. So for the salaried taxpayers, this limit technically will be even higher. At 12.75 lakhs, which is inclusive of the 75,000 rupees standard deduction, and the marginal relief that is going to be applied for the taxpayers reduces the tax burden on the marginal rise in the income beyond the limit. So I will elaborate this point in response to some of the members who have asked specific question about what happens for those who are crossing 12 lakhs per annum income. I'm also glad to say that through this finance bill, we have brought in the new income tax bill, meaning I have not presented it as part of the finance bill. The introduction of the new finance bill during the budget session this time, which of course is rightly gone into a select committee's review, post which we will take it up in hopefully in the monsoon session, aims to, yes, I thought I said that. I said it is not brought through the finance bill, it is a new income tax bill. Thank you. So, brought during this budget session, but hopefully we'll have it taken up for discussion in this House during the monsoon session. So during this budget session, sir, not only the provisions and also certain reformatory steps taken during the through the finance bill, the rationalization of customs also is a major thing that I'll come to talk about in a minute. So the steps taken for the customs duty reduction are also post elaborate discussion with the stakeholders. So there has been an element of Jan Bhagidari, both in the preparation of the new income tax bill and in the larger finance bill itself. The other direct tax reforms, sir, are worth mentioning. We have brought down certain TDS and TCS provisions. We've increased the thresholds so that the deduction of tax starts at a higher threshold rather than a lower. In respect of sale of goods, the requirement of TCS, particularly under section 206C 1H, is proposed to be done away with. We're completely removing it. Further, considering the difficulties which is faced by the taxpayer, we now propose to allow the benefit of 2 such self-occupied properties without any condition. And that is a major step which will benefit the middle class, because in order to prove that the second house is also under their occupation, They do quite a few of paperwork and diligence has to be kept up. We are now saying you don't even need to do the paperwork. We take it as you stated. For the second self-such occupied property. In order to streamline the process of transfer pricing, sir, and to provide an alternative to yearly examination, we have proposed that a scheme of determining arm's length price in international transaction for a block period of 3 years at a time. So this will be in line with the global best practices. So annually, people do not have to rush to prove what the transfer pricing commitments will be. Further, we've also, with a view to reducing the litigation and provide certainty in international taxation, the scope of safe harbor rules have been expanded. Instead of having it narrow and expecting people to continuously come and prove that it is required for a business, we've widened it, and the safe harbor rules are therefore broader in favor of the assessee. Further, the presumptive taxation regime for non-residents is also now a lot more relaxed, particularly in the case of those businesses or resident companies which are operating in electronics manufacturing facilities, because electronics manufacturing demands supply of components in time, and those specific components will have to be brought in. If time lapses in their supply from the original equipment manufacturer, the production itself will suffer. So we've given them this particular presumptive tax regime, so that the non-residents who participate in these services, particularly given to a resident company, can benefit. So also for the startups, again, which is primarily for the middle class, government has proposed to extend the period of incorporation of startups by 5 years to allow the benefit available to the startups which are incorporated before 1/4/2030. So that's been an extension given so that there's greater participation of the newer registering startups as well. Again, to promote IFSC, the International Financial Services Center, government has proposed specific benefits to ship leasing units, to insurance offices, treasury centers of global companies which set up business in the IFSC. In order that they can claim benefits, the cutoff date of commencement for the commencement in IFSC has also been extended for 5 years, that is up to 31/3/2030. So these are in brief the steps through this finance bill taken up for direct taxation. Now if I were to briefly look at the indirect tax, sir, as I said earlier, the customs rationalization, tariff rationalization, which was an exercise that we began 2 years ago, every year some or the other rationalization related steps have been announced in the budget. Now this budget, this finance bill in 2025 relating to the customs aims to rationalize tariff structure and to address duty inversion. These will also support manufacturing units, domestic value addition, promote exports, facilitate trade, and also provide relief to the common people. So that has to be highlighted, because it's not just the new income tax bill which is coming, but this finance bill itself is talking about rationalization of customs, which is a very big step forward so that importers can benefit from it. Exporting industry which import parts can also become cost competitive. So budget 2025, sir, we aim to boost domestic production and enhance export competitiveness by reducing duties on raw materials and inputs, making domestic products more cost effective, as I said a minute ago. So taking forward the comprehensive review of customs, about which I would like to elaborate, the rate structure announced in July 2024 budget, we are taking that forward. So as I said, the exercise began 2 years ago. We made a major announcement in July 2024 budget. We are taking it further in this budget also. So this finance bill actually proposes to remove 7 customs tariff rates for industrial goods. The 2 tranches of rationalization of customs tariff carried out so far have reduced the number of tariff rates from 21 to 8, including the zero-rated goods. Many Indian exporters have become cost competitive, and one matter which will interest honorable members is when you're looking at cess and surcharge, we made sure that on no one item on the customs duty where it is being imposed, both cess and surcharge would be imposed. We are looking at that, and therefore in this budget, in the finance bill, we have proposed that only one can be applied, and therefore only one cess or surcharge will be applied on any one item. So, for instance, social welfare surcharge will be now exempted from 82 tariff lines which are subject to a cess. So the double burden of both cess and surcharge on any particular item is being removed.